Show. Turn up your mind.
How can a university turn around and say, I can consider that 3 generations of your family came here and that can be a factor, but I can't consider your background and who you are?
Yeah, they can, because the 6 justices, conservative justices on the Supreme Court, will let them do it, because they don't actually think the diversity is important. See, the other part of this Clarence Thomas ridiculousness that you played is that he got an answer to his question. He got 3 answers to his question. One, Ryan Park, the Solicitor General of North Carolina, said the diversity is important because students learn better in diverse environment, and there are studies showing that. Thomas dismissed that. The second, from Elizabeth Freelogger, saying that that our colleges and universities are pipelines into every institution of the country, and she was specifically talking about the service academies and how if you want a diverse officer corps, because it shows that leadership is more legitimate if the officer corps looks like the rest of the nation and enlisted men, that is an important reason for diversity. Thomas dismissed that. And then the lawyer for Harvard University said that there have been many studies that show that groups of investors are better at making investments when they are making those investments in a diverse environment. I love that argument because you can literally prove it with money. And again, Thomas dismissed that. So it's not like they actually disagreed with the arguments in favor of affirmative action. They simply pretended the arguments didn't exist.
Yeah.
And that is a consistent thing we've seen from the Supreme Court. They ignore the actual facts on the ground in order to support their ridiculous narratives.
Right, and they're doing it with Roe. Okay, when Ruth Bader Ginsburg was with us, and Roe was decided, she was, and then they started gutting things like the Voting Rights Act, and now they're going after affirmative action. She actually said, this is like throwing away your umbrella in the middle of a rainstorm because you're not getting wet. And this is what this current conservative Supreme Court does. All the things that protect people, all the things that protect their privacy, all the things that protect diversity, all the things that protect, a good decision making and a good result. They want to throw it all away. They want to throw away the Voting Rights Act because they think there's no more racism in this country. And now you can see what's really going on at the polling places. You can see the people that are being purged from the voting rolls. You can see where the vote was objected to by Donald Trump and his lying ilk. Okay. It wasn't in rural places. It was in Atlanta. It was in Philadelphia. It was in Maricopa County, which is Phoenix, Arizona. Okay. Every place that they went to challenge votes had to do with a diverse voting base, a diverse population, a city, if you will, if you must, if you may. Okay. And now they're going after affirmative action. They went after the Voting Rights Act, and they're saying racism is it's not a thing anymore. We don't need to protect ourselves from the worst, basest instincts of the conservative party. We don't need any protection from them anymore. And that is ridiculous, especially in light of what Clarence Thomas knows made his life doable in this country. Because here is his quote. 1983, Clarence Thomas, quote, "It is my view that too much posturing has taken place on issues such as affirmative action, which are critical to minorities and women in this society. The problems which we face in the area of equal employment opportunity must be solved. For the most part, they must be solved by applying legal principles of paramount importance to me. But for them, God only knows where I would be today." Hello, Clarence? Hello?